things. Number one is to make it very clear that the talks have not collapsed. We are only going for a break. We will come back to Nairobi and continue with the negotiation.
The Tumaini peace talks have been adjourned as the government delegation returns to Juba to seek further guidance and input from the presidency. Officials clarified that the talks have not collapsed and reaffirmed both parties' commitment to achieving nationwide peace and stability. After 2 weeks of consistent negotiations between the government and holdout groups in Nairobi, Kenya, discussions centered on the relationship between the Tumaini initiative and the R-axis, overlapping mechanisms and structures, contradictions between the Tumaini protocols and the 2018 revitalized peace agreement, responsibility sharing and the conclusion of the Tumaini initiative, including the date for signing the consensus. The deputy chair of the mediation, Mohammed Ali, highlighted the mediation's position that the mediation proposed a draft agenda focusing on revitalized peace, accord Tumaini relations, responsibility sharing and time frameworks.
The parties have agreed on the key agenda items required to reinvigorate the mediation process. However, the discussions at this stage have focused on 4 critical agenda items. The first one is relationship between the Tumaini initiative and the revitalized agreement on the resolution of the conflict in South Sudan, R-axis.
According to Port Kangchol, the deputy chair of the government delegation stressed that the government accepted the agenda despite some differences with the holdout groups, adding that the government delegation would present the mediation's proposal to the presidency in Juba for feedback. Kang highlighted the government's position that the revitalized peace agreement remains the primary framework agreement, emphasizing that any new task or progressive ideas from the Tumaini talks should be integrated into the revitalized agreement to strengthen its implementation.
Article made it very clear that RRCS is the foundation of Artigonu. The Artigonu government is a result of having an agreement in South Sudan called RRCS. And we formed the government on that basis. And that any agreement with anybody, be it in the Tumaini here or with any other holdout group, shall be entered into in that basis, that the RSS is the main agreement.
Meanwhile, the holdout group spokesperson Lual Dao emphasized the groups maintained their position as they wait for the government delegation to return to the peace talks.
The opposition remain committed to finalize responsibility sharing protocol as the only outstanding issue to conclude Tumaini initiative.
Akuch Maker, SSBC, Nairobi, Kenya.